brand new summer. Track season's over. Seniors have graduated. A whole new challenge awaits. Morning shakeouts, tempo runs, hill repeats, fartleks. You've dreamed about this chance ever since freshman year, earning a spot in the top 7. This is your time. The top 2 boys teams in America this year are both from Southern California. The perennial power, Great Oak, and the new sensation, Newbury Park. Summer, it's when every top-tier program builds its aerobic base. This is about serious fitness. For Coach Doug Souls and Great Oak, like any true Wolfpack, team camp is a dog-eat-dog world. It's relentless competition, all for those precious 7 varsity spots.
Well, we always start our summertime with a time trial. They get 5 or 6 weeks on their own where they're out there training, trying to get ready to go, and then they come in the middle of July and we put them through the time trial. And the top 16 boys, top 16 girls get to go to camp. So we don't pick our camp people. You can't just apply for it. You've got to earn it.
For Coach Sean Brosnan at Newbury Park, his mind is always spinning. He's busy trying to find new ways to prep his runners for the best path to success.
Our summertime is unique. I had a meeting with the parents and kids, and I wanted to do something a little different for the kids. And I said, it's time to think outside the box. I said, how do we get better without working harder?
I'm Rich Gonzalez. I've joined forces with hdRunners to take a deeper look inside these 2 distance powerhouses. In this episode, we will take a closer look at what each program did in the summer of 2019 to build toward this legendary cross-country season.
.420 is not fast for a high school mile. It's just not fast.
Nico Young, he's a crazy runner, he's a beast.
Seeing them reach these goals and having success they never knew they could have.
You don't want to disappoint the history of Great Oak. There comes an automatic pressure.
Give me 4 years and I promise you a state title.
We want world domination and we want to win every level at a meet. We want to be good at everything.
Each summer, Great Oak's best of the best make the trip to Mammoth Lakes, California, a 7-hour drive from the cozy confines of wine country in Temecula to the eastern Sierras. With an elevation gain to a challenging 8,000 feet above sea level, real training happens here.
The most important goals for me when we go to camp are team bonding and winning state championships. Those are the 2 things that we spend time talking about. Because it's different kids every year. You're trying to win get the same results with different athletes. And so you've got to make sure that you remember, okay, I haven't taught this to this group yet.
The Wolfpack will spend a full week at Mammoth. It's their preferred location to train and to begin their focus on winning that national title.
You're not just meeting each other at practice now. You're sleeping with them, right? You're in the bed next to them, and you're like, when are they going to go to bed? They're still talking, You get to be able to experience how they are as people, and it's very special, it's very interesting, and it's crucial to be able to create a mold for who you guys are going to be as a culture.
Doing the scavenger hunts and all the recreational activities with the team just to get to know each other and get to know each other outside of the cross-country atmosphere. I would say that would be my most favorite part of those camps.
It's very important to building those relationships just with your teammates, and that's implemented throughout the entire season, especially once we get to important races where every person matters, and it's kind of you develop that at camp. You're spending a whole week with your entire team. You eat, you sleep, you train with them, and you develop that connection that you can't really get just from seeing them only at practice.
Over at Newbury Park, there's something special brewing. Sean's keying on 2 things not seen in high school cross country. 1, a college-like 4-week high-altitude camp. Most high school team camps are at most 7 to 10 days. And 2, planning his highest mileage weeks right in the heart of the season. Most teams do their highest mileage in the summertime.
You know, I looked at the summer as, let's do something that maybe most high school kids don't do. We decided a couple years ago to give something a try, and we went to altitude. We decided to go for 4 weeks. It gets you fit quickly, but our summer, you know, we're a little different. We run our highest mileage in September and October. We don't run our highest all summer. It's a complete build-up. People get on my program for doing, oh, you guys are doing 1,000 repeats in July. Well, of course we are, but look at them in October. They're completely different.
Will these ambitious changes lead to better fitness, stronger team bonds, and the focus needed to win the national championship?
The parents of my team were worried. They said this could work against the kids. They could fight. They're going to be bored up there. They're not going to know what to do. It was a complete opposite. They had the time of their lives.
Big Bear, the other highly popular training base. California teams flock here each summer, located just 2 hours from Newbury Park and at 7,000 feet elevation. It checks all the boxes to prepare a talented group for a national championship run.
The Big Bear camps that we go to is, I'd say it's primarily bonding. The main thing I think is getting to know the team and making our goals and plans for the season, I think is extremely important.
Altitude was actually hard for me, to adjust for me. But I knew that I had to push through it to get to my goals. I knew that we had a goal, was the NXN title, and every work that we were doing up there was for that title, and we made many goals and we tried our best to achieve those goals.
I think one of the biggest lessons that I learned is the kids were not going to win because I told them to. You know, you can't say, hey, you need to go out and run fast because I want to win this championship. The kids don't respond to that. So the biggest thing that I learned was if you're going to be successful as a coach, you've got to have the kids set the goals and you've got to guide them to where they're trying to get instead of trying to, force what you want to see. And so we try to warn the kids, our intensity is going to come from your goals. So if you don't want to be, the national championship team, then don't list that as a goal because that's what we're going to try to coach you to.
The thing we do about our program is, and the thing we do with goals, I have to say this, I'm not a big goal setter. We talk about it, but it's the process to get there. I have people write goals on a card and I throw them out. I say, I don't care. Like, if you tell me you want to win the state championship, that's great, but what do you want to do to get there? When my guys told me they wanted to win NXN last year at Big Bear and they came with a list, I think sometimes a little overkill, but they came with a list. I mean, from making sure our iron is on cue and our ferritin level is high, making sure everyone shows up at morning practice, making sure we rope stretch this many times. I go, everyone's got a goal. It's easy to dream big, but it's hard to work hard. It's hard to work big,
Doug's cornerstones at summer camp are simple: team bonding, tough workouts, and clear goal setting. But these are teenagers. Special rules have to be made in order to ensure team focus.
Rule 11.
Rule 11?
Yep. Because I had a girlfriend and he'd always make fun of me because we never did anything, but we were always by each other, and he'd always yell at us jokingly, Rule 11. That's because at camp, there's no physical stuff with any other gender, so.
Every day we've got certain workouts that we're doing, we've got certain clinics that we're doing, and the next thing we talk about is goals. And our kids may spend an hour and a half setting the goals for the season and really trying to figure out what they want to accomplish. And I always tell them, if you say we want to be the best team in California history, the expectation in the training plan, and you don't get to miss to go to the dentist because something pops up. You have to be there every day because you set a goal to be the best all time.
Though Newbury Park athletes are focused for success, they still find the time to have some fun.
The Big Bear trips, we like to prank the guys. Last year they got us, so that was kind of exciting, but this year it's gonna be different.
What did they do last year?
Last year they came into our house with water guns and they started squirting them at us while we were laying in bed. And then they had silly string and they were spraying us with that. And then one of the guys had Vaseline and they put that on the doorknob, so when they ran out and closed the door, we couldn't open the door to go after them. So we were just stuck inside.
I can't wait for payback.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
With team camp complete, another key factor has to be finalized during summertime. Setting the season's racing schedule. Doug's approach doesn't deviate. Hit as many major meets as possible and take home the hardware.
It's like a poker tournament. You're starting back at the beginning table over and over and over each season, and you got to go all the way back through to the final table at state. And so for me, it does, sometimes you just want to fast forward to the final table. You just want to get to that end table and compete and just go straight to the state championship. So just being patient with the season, enjoying the journey, and enjoying the different groups of kids that you get each year.
Unlike Doug, Sean's approach to meet scheduling favors very limited racing. Instead of winning hardware during the season, he prioritizes the progress made during each workout. If all goes to plan, that means his athletes will be both fit and fresh when it matters most, championship time.
Someone recently just asked me, they said, how many times before postseason do you think you need to race? On the California schedule, we could race once. I think that would be completely fine because I think you could use these other races as rust busters or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, it's not the actual goal itself, but it's the process of getting there. And I think that is the most important thing that I saw as, when I was working with college kids or, post-collegiate. I think you got to want to work hard to get there. That's going to be the most important thing.
On a scale of 1 to 10, if you had to rate it, how well did your team's preparation go?
I don't think I'm ever going to say 10 because I think there's always something more I want to do, but I'd say 9. We were pretty on it.
So coming out of summer, scale 1 to 10, and why?
Yeah, we were about a 9. We really didn't have any major issues coming out of summer. We were raring to go. I think both of our teams could have stepped out there at NXN in September and competed for it. August, September, we were ready. Yeah. So
from September 1, looking ahead, what was going to be the big challenge, the big decider?
Just staying healthy. You know what I mean? We can run our B team the entire season and pretty much have the same results.
My young guys stepping up. I mean, I have a sophomore I have 2 sophomores that were scoring in my top 5. It's can they handle the next step? I don't know if they can do this in big situations, so.
Was there a rival out there, a rival team that you had a concern about?
Newbury Park.
Really?
Yeah, we knew what they were doing. We knew they were going to Big Bear for a month. We knew that they were going to be really putting the work in, and we knew they were coming for us. He said as much. So really for us, it came down to how good can he get his 4.5? Because if he can't get him up in the top, 100 at NXN, then we'll beat him. But if he can get 2 right near the top 100, then we're going to really have trouble beating him because we knew Nico was going to win it.
Coming into September, it was Great Oak and Loudoun Valley. And I'll probably get trouble with saying this, but I wasn't too concerned with Loudoun Valley. It's high school. Every year Doug has guys in his team that's who is that guy? Because his team is so deep that he could have a guy run 14:30 at Woodbridge, and I'm I don't even know who that guy was last year. So that's what you worry about, and that's what I worried about him because I saw that with his girls and his guys.
Doug and Sean are convinced. These are the 2 top teams that will be battling in the end at NXN. But with summertime complete and September racing now underway, that can only mean one thing.
I like races like Woodbridge because it's fast, it's fun, the atmosphere is insane.
Woodbridge feels like a sprint for 3 miles.
Daytime racing or nighttime racing?
Nighttime.
Night racing.
Nighttime.
Nighttime. Nighttime.
Definitely night.
Night racing.
Nighttime's amazing. Racing at nighttime.
Racing in daytime or racing under the lights?
Lights.
It's the largest meet in the country with more than 12,000 runners. Join us in the next episode as we go under the lights at the gargantuan 2019 Woodbridge Cross Country Classic.